I'd like to call the August 13th, 2018 McCracken County Fiscal Court meeting to order. This time I'd ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman? Here. Commissioner Byer?
Here.
Commissioner Wathen?
Here.
Judge Leifert?
Here. Commissioner Wathen, would you lead us in a word of prayer, please?
I will. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful for the day that you've given us today. Father, we ask that you watch over us as we meet tonight. Give us guidance and wisdom and understanding to make the right decisions for you. We ask all these things in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. If you would, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. This time we're into approval of the minutes. We have the minutes from the July 23rd, 2018 Fiscal Court Workshop.
So moved.
I have a motion for approval by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved. Next, we have the minutes from the July 23rd McCracken County Fiscal Court meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Barnum, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The motion's approved. Next, we have an order to approve the minutes from the July 30th McCracken County Fiscal Court special meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? All those in favor of the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The motion's approved. Next, we have an honor tonight to have a new road deputy here with us. Chief Deputy, would you like to come up and introduce our new deputy? Gentlemen, will remember we discussed our new deputy at our last meeting, and Mr. Turnbow, if you would, introduce our new deputy.
Judge, Commissioners, this is Ramon or Ray Sotomayor. He's been with us now, a couple of weeks?
Couple of weeks.
We've been, he came over from the Mayfield Police Department, and he's now in his training and familiarization program with our department, learning our way of doing things, learning the county, the duties that are unique to the Sheriff's Department. I figure in a couple of weeks, maybe 3, he'll be out on his own.
Very good.
I've heard good things about Officer Ray, and I wish him well. Welcome.
All right, thank you.
And we broke him in right. I used him for active shooter drill. We've broken him in the right way.
Yeah, I'm pleased you're here. I think you bring some assets to the department that are needed in every department, and we're glad you're here to provide those for us and to serve the citizens of the county. And we're glad you want to come to McCracken County and serve here. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And
I
Ray
too-
is fluent in Spanish.
I too welcome you, sir, and I just ask that may God be with you and you be safe.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you and
All
your
right.
family being a member of our team. If you'd like to say a few words.
Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity that you guys gave me. I mean, you guys are the reason why I'm here. I'm really honored and grateful that you guys, made the decision to bring me here to, even though that I wanted to be here, it was because of you guys that decided to buy my contract and move forward. So I appreciate it. I'm glad that I'm here.
Super. Appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Aren't required to stay. We do have an order. Gentlemen, the first orders tonight will be to make some changes to the previous order we did when we hired deputy, and that'll be order A. But that being said, you gentlemen are welcome to stay, but I'm sure you're busy also. So whatever time you choose to depart is good with us. Appreciate you. Sounds good. Thank you. All right, next item, we need to go into executive session because our first discussion item in a resolution that we'll need to pass rather shortly needs to be discussed in executive session. So I would entertain a motion,
So moved.
once I get it out here, to
I hereby move the board go into closed session for discussion of matters pertaining to the following topics: a specific proposal by a business entity where public discussion of the subject matter would jeopardize the location, retention, expansion, or upgrading of a business entity as permitted by KRS 61-810-1G.
Second.
motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen, to go into executive session for the stated purpose. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved. We'll be in executive session for just a few moments, and Mr. Darnell, you'll Motion by Commissioner Barlow, second. By Commissioner Wathen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. We're back in regular session. We have 3 discussion items tonight. The first one is we will deal with in the second order. Once we get to the orders, that's the resolution allowing the sale of surplus real property, which is the spec building. It is going to be a resolution that will allow us to deed control of that property back to the Industrial Development Authority. And you all have had that in the minutes. Y'all have any questions on that? We just came out of an executive session dealing with that, but any other questions or comments before we get to the order? We'll obviously get to deal with it when we get to the order also. Any public questions or comments? All right, seeing none. The next item is, will also be in order. I believe it's the third order, item C, and that's the National Incident Management System resolution. This is required annually by the Emergency Management. Mr. Mansfield has prepared that for us. It's been in your packet, and it's a document that's been required by higher-ups in the EM chain for us to be in compliance. And so that will be the next item. Is there any discussion on that? We'll get to that as item C in the orders. And the third item we'll take action on is the second reading of ordinance number 2018-5, which you'll recall is a clarification of tax policy. We had an incident where there was some difference of opinion about how our tax ordinance read and the collection of past due taxes, and this clarifies that so that everybody's on the same page and there's no ability to question it or avoid it or however you want to term that. We've had that on the docket for 2 weeks. It's been out in the public domain. Are there any questions or public discussion? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion for approval of the second reading of ordinance number 2018-5.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye. Next, we move on to the budget transfers. Madam Treasurer.
It is ordered to make the following cash transfers in the amount of $510,530.05 in order to pay county bills approved August 13th, 2018.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye. Next, the accounts payable, Madam Treasurer.
It is ordered to approve the vouchers claims register from July 23rd, 2018 to August 13th, 2018 to show county bills in the amount of $992,662.77 were paid.
Motion
So moved.
by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye. Next, Mr. Clerk, would you please move to the orders?
It is ordered to revise Order GG from July 23rd, 2018 to read, it is hereby ordered that pursuant to the mandate of KRS 70.2901B, McCracken County pay the City of Mayfield on behalf of Mayfield Police Department the sum of $11,481.70 representing the statutorily mandated reimbursement payment to such agency for the actual cost incurred and expended in association with the initial hiring and continuation of employment of Raymond Sotomayor. In addition, Raymond Sotomayor will not have a payroll deduction. It has been expressly agreed to by Raymond Sotomayor via employment contract that he shall be personally obligated to reimburse McCracken County in the amount of $11,481.70 in the event that he voluntarily separates from employment with the McCracken County Sheriff's Department within 36 months of his date of hire.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion?
I have a
Yes, sir.
question. I thought I remembered from the, Mr. County Attorney, I thought I remember from the last, is it prorated for 36 months or is it the full amount if he were to leave at 35 months? I thought our original resolution had something in there about our order, about it being,
I was involved in the initial discussion about how this contract was going to be purchased and then repaid. I was not involved with the secondary negotiations that led to the new number or any of the specifics that relate to that. So I can't speak to.
am I correct that the original, it was prorated?
I thought the proration was on us buying their contract. Deputy Turnbow, do you have any?
If memory serves, the original contract that Raymond would be responsible for any amount above the $20,000 and that he would agree to reimburse that amount if he left for any reason within 36 months. Since the bill from Mayfield was not what we expected and your communication with Sheriff Carter would be that the fiscal court would reimburse the $11,400 and change. I'm not certain that we actually considered whether that would be for a full 36 months or would be prorated. I would assume that the fair thing to do would be a prorated basis.
Any other comments from our commissioners interested in redrafting the
I think we need to go ahead with it
as is?
as it reads.
Do you have any comment?
I really don't have anything to add to that. I suppose the fairness of the repayment is something we'll address whenever that occurs.
Yes, sir.
I just said I just wasn't part of the discussion, so I just can't opine or say anything.
I'm like you, I was out of the office when we actually received the bill, and it turned out to be almost $10,000 less than what was
Yeah.
anticipated.
Right.
I'm looking back on the minutes from our last meeting, and I guess what made me think that, maybe incorrectly, it said that the employment contract that he shall immediately commence reimbursement to McCracken County, a portion of the county's above expenditure in the amount of $1,700. Then it said, hold on. He shall personally be obligated to reimburse McCracken County for the remaining unreimbursed amount of $21,000. I think I was just confused when I go back and read this. It means the amount deducted from what he would pay.
Right, the $1,700.
So this does reflect what the original one did. I apologize.
No problem. Appreciate the questions, always. Any other discussion? Believe we have a motion and a second. Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Lee?
Aye.
It's hereby ordered that Resolution 2018-01 shall be adopted and enacted, with such resolution being necessary to set forth the written determinations of this court with regard to the disposition of certain surplus county-owned real property located at 5455 Commerce Drive, Paducah, McCracken County, Kentucky, and to expressly authorize Judge Executive Bob Leeper to execute a general warranty deed of conveyance of the property together with all other documentation necessary to effect the transfer.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing that, as you all know, this is the spec building. It's been in the news. The city has taken similar action last week. Our action will complete this part of the process and allow them to move forward. And that being said, I'd ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered a resolution adopting and approving the National Incident Management System be approved.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion?
Can you, what is the National Incident Management System?
My understanding of it is it's something that we adopt. It's a national standard for dealing with emergency incidents that Jerome Mansfield, our EM director, is acutely involved in and deals with every single day. And past that, I can't explain it.
I mean, it actually sets up a national incident commander, and that incident commander would be normally the first person on the scene. Is like if there's a fire there, then that fire chief would be the incident commander. And there's federal regulations. For instance, when we went into New Orleans, we were under NIMS, and we had a certain person we had to report to, and it's all regulations that the federal government enacts to make sure that everyone's on the same level plane.
Does it include flexibility? I mean, if
It's always
Some
better.
difficulty
It's,
with the first
it's
one.
always better to ask for forgiveness than it is permission when you're dealing with the federal government. But there is some flexibility in the system, certainly.
The system was utilized during the ice storm.
Yes.
It's normally referred to as NIMS,
Yes.
and it's a method of assigning who does what and the ability to keep track of what each agency does. It's a way for information to flow where this group knows what this group is doing because you have a unified command structure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Is it not true also that it's a requirement for us in
FEMA.
trying to get FEMA funds later on to be a part of NIMS?
I'm not going to speak for Jerome, but I believe that's correct, that if you utilize funds from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, you would be utilizing the NIMS command structure.
Thank you.
They're the ones that teach it.
Gotcha.
I assume it has more positive aspects than negatives.
Maybe one, yeah.
Good, thank you. I'm sorry.
We got a motion and a second, Mr. Clerk. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to pay McCracken County Humane Society $18,125 for the month of August 2018.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to pay the fiscal court clerk $50 for the month of August 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to approve the monthly distribution of the McCracken County Conservation District for August 2018 in the amount of $2,446.92.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second.
Second.
Commissioner Byer, any further discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to approve the McCracken County Clerk's monthly report of ad valorem tax collection and distribution for the month of July 2018 in the amount of $586,633.66.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to approve the McCracken County Clerk's monthly report for deed transfer tax for the month of July 2018 in the amount of $20,811.17.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
by Commissioner Bartleman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to approve the McCracken County Clerk's financial statement for the month of June 2018 in the amount of $169,854.21.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to approve the McCracken County Clerk's summary report of delinquent tax collection and distributions for the month of July 2018 in the amount of $144,980.23.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second
Second.
by Commissioner Byer. Any further discussion? Ask the clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
is ordered to purchase a 2018 John Deere 544K loader for $153,117.29 through the state price contract from ERB Equipment for the McCracken County Road Department.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Just for your information, this will free up the current loader, which is not as dependable as we need it, considering the amount of work the road department does with it, but it'll free it up to move to Carson Park, and the one at Carson Park is passed away, I guess you could say. It's not functioning, so then that one will be put on auction when we have the next county auction, I would assume. Have a motion second. Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to accept the resignation of part-time animal control officer Nicole Crawford effective July 24th, 2018. She has no sick or vacation time.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Stephanie Willis, part-time certified court security officer, resigned her employment effective July 27th, 2018.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Deputy Dana Rudd retired from her position as bailiff effective August 1st, 2018. It's further ordered that Dana Rudd be paid for 27.75 vacation days and that she is credited 110.5 sick days to the Kentucky retirement systems.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second
Second.
by Commissioner Byer. Before we vote, I'd just like to say that Deputy Rudd was somebody you always enjoyed seeing at the courthouse. She had a very serious side and did her job well. But as far as dealing with the public and dealing with the staff, she was extremely pleasant, very professional, and I enjoyed getting to know her in my brief time here. She served much longer than I have, but she was a class act, and wish her well in her retirement. That being said, ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to record the interfund cash transfers for the month of July 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to record the treasurer's financial statement for the month of July 2018.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second
Second.
by Commissioner Byer. Any further discussion? Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is hereby ordered that Linda Curtis's retirement from her position of paralegal administrative assistant with the McCracken County Attorney's Office shall be effective as of July 31st, 2018. Ms. Curtis separates having accumulated 5 days of compensatory time and 12.5 vacation days for which she shall be compensated pursuant to state and county law and policy, as well as 4.5 sick days which shall be credited to her designated retirement system.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Watson. Any discussion? Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's hereby ordered that Rebecca Grief, a current employee of the McCracken County Attorney's Office in her role of paralegal administrative assistant, be transferred into the position previously held by Linda Curtis and receiving the same gross annual salary previously assigned to the position in the amount of $9,037.08. This transfer shall be effective as of August 1st, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's hereby ordered that Jenny James, a current employee of the McCracken County Attorney's Office in the role of paralegal administrative assistant, be transferred into the position previously held by Rebecca Grief and receiving the same gross annual salary previously assigned to the position in the amount of $29,439.61. This transfer shall be effective as of August 1st, 2018.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Bartleman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's hereby ordered that Casey Johnson shall be employed by the McCracken County Attorney's Office in the position of paralegal administrative assistant previously held by Jenny James and receiving the same gross annual salary previously assigned to position in the amount of $26,347.42. Ms. Johnson's date of hire shall be August 6, 2018.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye.
Is ordered.
Yeah,
One question to the county attorney. These are salaries that are shared with the state, right? Part of it's paid by the county and part by the state. Is that correct?
Right. No, actually, on Order S and Order T, those, I believe, are exclusively county positions,
Okay.
whereas Rebecca Greaves, as you notice, county contributes only $9,037. It's
Sure.
contributed more
Okay.
heavily by the state.
Okay, so one is and two aren't.
Right.
Okay, good. Thank you.
It's ordered that the McCracken County Jail Canteen account pay Cornerstone Detention Products, Inc., pay application number 5, final invoice in the amount of $59,338 for security locking updated at the McCracken County Jail.
So moved.
Second.
motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye.
It's ordered that Gregory Cannon, McCracken County Planning and Zoning Administrator, be appointed as the Judge Executive's designee to execute any documents approved by the McCracken County Planning Commission. It's further ordered that in Mr. Cannon's absence, Randy Williams, McCracken County Road Engineer, will serve as the Judge Executive's designee.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye.
It's ordered to accept the resignation of the following road department summer laborers: Austin Johansi, Jared Lang, Adam Helton, Carlos Flowers, Seth Johnson, Kyler Garner, all effective 8/10/18 and 8/13/18. Thought they were all the same date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer, and nice recovery by the clerk. Any discussion? Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye.
It's ordered that Everett Seth Johnson be hired as full-time maintenance laborer for McCracken County Courthouse effective August 28, 2018, at an hourly rate of $13.75 per hour.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye.
It is ordered to contract with Progressive Bike Ramps, Inc. for construction and installation of a skills loop to be installed at the County Recreational Complex. The procurement will be through the National Joint Powers Alliance.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Byer. From matter of explanation, this is a continuation of our efforts to improve the recreational complex. As you know, the local cycling team and volunteers have built a mountain bike course through the Barrel Pit back into the woods by the KUT Tower. This is going to be a continuation of that with some manufactured skills courses, our skills, I guess is what they call them, and that will enlarge the course, and hopefully as we get closer to the day where we get a grant approved to connect this to Green Road Trail, it will really add to the use of this area, and looking forward to moving on with this and improving the vision that Judge Newberry had years ago.
And these funds were in the budget and anticipated, correct?
Correct. Any other discussion? Ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye.
It's ordered to request $5,000 of PACRO grant funds to be provided to the Chamber of Commerce for the annual Washington, D.C. trip.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner, motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Just for your information, there's been kind of a structure change at PACRO. We are allotted $200,000 of funds. The PACRO had made a previous allotment to this trip, but PACRO actually is going to take a trip of their own. They've got it organized, and so it was incumbent on us to use our PACRO funds that have been designated to us, and the request came from the chamber to do that. We have a motion and a second. There's no other discussion on it. I'll ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Lieber?
Aye. And for clarification, the way the grant process is set up with PACRO, this only puts us into the place to make the request of the PACRO board to use our grant funds in this way. So I'll go before the board at the next meeting and request to use $5,000 of our funds in that direction. So just for clarification, now we're on to item AA.
It's ordered to accept the resignation of part-time Deputy Jailer Rebecca Williamson effective 7/29/18.
Motion by Commissioner Barman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Scott Matlock be hired as a part-time deputy jailer effective 8/17/18 at an hourly rate of $14 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Ask clerk call roll.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to accept the resignation of full-time deputy jailer Justin Kennedy effective 8/10/18. He has 12.5 vacation days to be paid and 14.5 sick days to be credited to the Kentucky retirement systems.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any further discussion? Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Matthew Ramsey, full-time deputy jailer, K-9 handler, be terminated effective 7/20/18. He has 4 vacation days to be paid and 2 sick days to be credited to the Kentucky retirement systems.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that James Jones be hired as a full-time deputy jailer effective 8/27/18 at an hourly rate of $12.25 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second
Second.
by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Jacob Mason be hired as a full-time deputy jailer effective 8/27/18 at an hourly rate of $12 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? Ask clerk call roll.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Angel Pagan be hired as a full-time deputy jailer effective 8/27/18 at an hourly rate of $12.25 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Daniel Malone be hired as a full-time deputy jailer effective 8/27/18 at an hourly rate of $12 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Byer. Any further discussion? Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered to approve the McCracken County Sheriff's settlement of the 2017 tax collections collected by former Sheriff John Hayden. All numbers are subject to audit by the Kentucky Auditor of Public Accounts at a later date.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second
Second.
by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It's ordered that Russ Galloway be reappointed as a member of the Hendron Fire Department Board to a term expiring June 30th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved.
It's ordered that Joy Cook be reappointed as a member of the Board of Appeals to a term expiring August 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Bartleman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. Gentlemen, I would like to present an order making another appointment tonight if there's no objection. Passed it out earlier. It is, once again, for the McCracken County Board of Appeals. This deals with electrical board, and we need one more to complete that board. If there's no objections, I would, do you have that copy? The last sentence is the order, so be item C.
It's ordered that David Conley be appointed as a member of the McCracken County Board of Appeals to a term expiring August 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Watley, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Order is approved. Now, gentlemen, before we don't have a need for another executive session, but before we adjourn, I'd entertain any discussion any of you gentlemen might have.
I want to comment, there was another escape at the Keaton Correctional Institution Sunday evening, apparently. And while we don't like to hear that news that there's escapes there, and I still have a lot of concern about that facility being located in a residential area, a historic residential area where the residents down there are working hard to revitalize that neighborhood. I wish it was somewhere else, but it's not, it's there. As you know, there's been a lot of, quite a few escapes and a lot of concern about that facility over the last few years. And Commissioner Wathen and I and some others went to Frankfurt, I think earlier this year or late last year, to meet with the Justice Secretary and the Corrections Commissioner to discuss some concerns there. And as a result of that meeting, there were some changes made there. The state insisted that some of the facility be improved there. They made them replace some fencing outside, and a few other things were done there. They stopped sending inmates there for a period of time while changes were made, and that was a good thing that came out of that meeting. Another major concern was that when there was an escape there, the Keaton officials notified the Kentucky State Police. The State Police headquarters are 35 miles from Paducah, and they did not notify the sheriff's office, which is, 3 blocks from the facility, or the city police, who are constantly have patrols, at least probably within a mile there at any time. They didn't notify those. As a result of that meeting, one of the things that we asked was that local police be notified. My understanding is that the Paducah Dispatch was notified in a fairly timely manner, I assume, from what I understand, in a timely manner. So that was another thing that was corrected. And again, while there's still a lot of concerns about that facility, it's good that some of those changes were made, and the state listened and the Keaton listened. I also understand that Keaton has hired a new director down there. It's been on duty for just a couple of months now to replace one that had been there a long time, and this new one is very committed to communication, and we're pleased about that. So while there's still some concerns about the facility, it's good that some changes have been made. Keaton also held an open house where they invited some local officials in to meet with those who operate the facility and to let us get at least a look at part of the facility that was there. So I appreciate that. They promised that about 4 or 5 years ago that there would be an open house and more community interaction, and that didn't happen until after we had the meeting in Frankfurt, and the state insisted that some of those changes be made. So again, while it's disappointing there's an escape there, it's at least a little bit reassuring that some changes have been made in attitude and other fiscal changes that hopefully will help the situation.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let me close the meeting just with a couple of things. One is a thank you to the board. We've done a lot of work in the parks. We did some more tonight. We've made some improvements to our existing facilities. We have not had grandiose plans that some people may want to see, but I'm very proud of the efforts we've made with the money available to upgrade our parks, make them more usable. And I think the public's very well served by the efforts that this board has made over the last 3.5 years. I'd also like to thank Commissioners Byer and Commissioner Bartleman for heading off tonight and tomorrow morning to the local issues conference. A lot of very timely issues going to be discussed there, and expect to get a good report from them on how we deal with a couple of issues that came out of the most recent legislative session. And that extra effort, people don't hear about it much, but it's very necessary for local governments to function, and it's very necessary to have representatives from county government there to learn what we need to do as we progress forward. I appreciate you gentlemen taking the time to do that. And then a few weeks from now, the Commissioner Bartleman and Commissioner Wathen are going on the chamber trip to Washington with similar efforts and activities at the federal level. But tonight, be safe, Commissioner Byer. A lot of people, we don't get credit for all the travel time and all the travel hours and late nights we put in, but I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you, Commissioner Bartleman, taking off to the local issues conference and coming back with the information that we need. That being said, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Wathen. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Judge.